Ha! Well, good evening. Sorry, guys. I've been fighting with my lighting setup for a bit here, and when I look at myself in the monitor, I look really dark. And when I look at myself on the replay screen, I look not much better. So let me know in the chat what you guys think, how I'm looking here. If I'm looking a little too dark and loomy, say nothing about the PGA. Go golf, go golf, go. But yeah. Hi. Hello, everyone. Hope everybody is doing well on this fine Saturday night. What is it? Saturday the 2nd. Spooky. I don't know if that's spooky at all, but spooky nonetheless. So, yay, Saturday, yay. It feels good. 3 weeks, 3 weeks until Christmas too. So, woo. I don't know how to take that. Thank you for being here, everybody. I want to, yeah, it's Saturday. I wanted to start the show here tonight with a little story, tell you a little bit about my last 48 hours, which have been a bit surprising, to say the least. Last Thursday, this past Thursday, I was doing what I think a lot of us were doing, right? There was a show on the YouTubes, and I was watching it, and Aaron was on. This was, of course, the rabbit hole, beyond the rabbit hole. I'm new to it, but I'm a fan for sure. Anyway, that was on, and I was watching, and at some point along the way, Aaron was telling his story, and my God, I have nothing but appreciation for him for clearing his thing, telling his story. Now, I want to say this whole tonight is not going to be all about the saga anymore. In fact, the only reason I'm telling this is because it was me over the last couple days. And down through, God, thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Miss Sunrise Dawn. Down the rabbit hole, of course, makes the most logical sense, right? Because you go down the rabbit hole. I'm with you, and you go down rabbit holes. Yeah, so of course. I was watching, as many of us were, and at some point, Aaron had made a comment. And I wanted him to clarify it. There's nothing hostile at all in my intent. Nothing like, ooh, I want, if he says this, he'll admit to something. Mwahaha. It wasn't that at all. I wanted, I honestly wanted him to say what I thought he was going to say, which was going to be to kind of clarify, clear his name to a part of this. But I honestly, I didn't understand exactly. He was saying something, and then Rabbit had asked another question, and the conversation kind of veered off. And when it was obvious, about 20, 30 seconds later that they weren't coming back to this, I asked the question. I asked it, and I sent it as a super chat. As one does. About 20 minutes later, so I don't know, it's, you're watching the show. I'm realizing, am I going to get is my question going to get answered? And it appeared that it was not. So I had made a comment, which, if anything, I don't know. I was crabby. I was right. You're crabby when you spend money on something and you want your question to be shown and it's not. I got crabby and I said, "Oh, looks like they're censoring their questions," or something like that, right? Which was ironic because just the week before, people were saying the same thing about Mark and Claire and Mike. They must be censoring their questions or only answering certain ones. So there was a little bit of irony there, but I was crabby. So I said that, and somebody else said, "Yep, it looks like they are," or "They did it to me too," or something, right? Somebody had agreed with me. And I probably went back and said, "Well, that's not right. That's stupid." I don't know. I haven't gone back to look at the tape to see exactly. But I'm sure that one of those things, whether it was the super chat itself or whether it was the grumbles after, could have been interpreted as negative. Certainly the grumbles were negative, but they weren't really negative at anybody. And if they were, I apologize, because I wasn't attacking Aaron. I wasn't attacking Rabbit. I wasn't attacking her mods. Again, I was new to that channel. I had no idea that this was new volume to them until Rabbit had sent out an apology the day after, saying, "Whoa, yeah, this was huge." So that happened. Later that night, I was catching up on stuff. Later, was it that night? Yeah, it was still that night. I was catching up on stuff via the replays, via the replay crew. And I was watching Tommy's, and I saw my name popped up on screen. And you always get excited when you see your name. You're like, "Oh, look at that!" Of course, the comment was, "Looks like I'm going to have to unsubscribe from Denver Steve-O. He said some not so nice things about Aaron." That was the post. I'm like, no. I never said anything mean about Aaron. What? If I said anything mean, I was grumping at the mods. I don't know what, and Tommy left it up on his screen. As he was, he talked about it for a moment, and then he kind of moved on, and it remained on screen for a bit, and of course, as I was watching that, of course, because it was a rerun. I went back and I checked out my subs. Unfortunately, and I always hate. I hate talking about I've got so many subs and so's got so many subs. But it's the one measurement of our success or failure at communicating, to the audience, to the chats, to the fans, to the whoever on YouTube. And sure enough, my numbers had, at that point, I had lost a chunk very quickly. And you always lose a couple and you gain a couple and things move back and forth, and YouTube goes, "Oh, that was a robot. Let's get them out of there." Or somebody goes, "Yeah, I just haven't watched them in forever," and they just go away. And you always bobble a little bit, and you always go, "No, where did somebody go? One person left me. No." It's stupid, but this was a lot more than one person, and the only way that I could interpret it was that this hit, and as the replay, and we all have our replay crews, people that come and catch us later in the night, and so between that having happened immediately as it was aired, and having happened later on, and who knows what happened when. But the fact of the matter is, over really the first 48 to 72, they even say up to 96, first 4 days are really when you see, and that makes sense, right? When you see the most impact on a video that you do or a live stream that you do. So it's going to continue, or it would continue to go down. And there are probably still some people that have watched that and haven't seen beyond that. And so we're losing some, so we're still losing some subscribers as a result, and that's fine. But I reached out to Tommy and I said, dude, you got 15,000, I got 1,500, man. When you say something, it matters. People watch, and people do, and they did. And they did. And he reached back out, like, I don't know, I probably did that late at night and first thing in the morning. I know Tommy's an early riser. I always catch his morning stuff. On the replay a little bit later in the morning. And yeah, excuse me. I don't know what that was. Sorry about that. I caught something in there. I should do this as Doug does. Stand by for water. Okay. It's a little bit better. I said, people listen, and dude, ouch. And he sent me an email, apologizing, saying, hey, you know what, I'll make this up. And little did I know, he actually went back and kind of looked at the video and saw what I saw as to what, kind of stimulated the super chat. And I don't know if he went all the way through and saw me crabbing at being censored, but he saw the first part, and he concurred that it was questionable, or that there was justification to ask a valid question. Again, it wasn't trolling, wasn't trying to attack Aaron at all. And Tommy did a wonderful apology. I didn't know. I figured he would, in one of his other videos or in one of his other streams, just say, oh, and hey, by the way, Denver Steve-O, good guy, go subscribe to his channel, and would move on. He did a whole video. I feel like I should turn this off in 10 minutes and just talk about Tommy and just give him a full video response. Because it was a cool move, man. And in the back and forth since, and I know he talked about it on that stream. For those of you that don't know, and considering the numbers, I think most of you do, and who I've seen and who I know from that side, yeah, he's a stand-up dude. I've never done this before. I've said it, I've done this, but I've never legitimately done this before. It may look a little gimmicky. It's not intended to be, but for the night, and forgive, you guys have seen me. I'm balding up there. Legitimate hats off to Captain Tommy Scoville. You're a big dude, and I appreciate that. he is a class act. He is yeah. To those people out there that question him or question his motives, and trust me, if you're one of those people, I already know that you're a piece of crud. I'm going to try not to swear like Tommy today. I'm going to give him the respect that he gave me. I may throw the F word out there, but I'll try not to. Just a top-notch class act. Yeah, big guy. And I have nothing but respect. So, Captain Tommy, thank you 1,000% for what you did. And if anybody's here, a new member of the Team Stevo or Team Denver Stevo or the Denver Stevo family, whatever we want to call ourselves, I don't know. Welcome. I'm a good dude. I'm a good dude, I promise. I've taken on the position over the last couple of weeks, what I consider and this is no slam on anyone else, but I consider, I've taken on that pragmatic approach in the debate and in the argument. There's people have kind of taken on over the last couple of weeks, two sides have ultimately formed. There's been a side that is very, very, we stand behind Aaron, come what may. And then there's been we understand, we stand behind the aftermath. Because I guess I have been on both sides in the past. I kind of took on what's really I'll be honest, it's the unpopular argument, right? It's the defending in many ways actions that our emotional side don't necessarily agree with, and that don't optically look good. And so I think I think in some ways I've kind of become that somewhat of a poster child for that side. I have nothing but love for the members of the board of the aftermath. To anybody who's dehumanized them throughout the last couple weeks, and for whatever reason, shame on you. For those that have admonished them and said what they did was wrong, yes, I think I do not disagree with that. I do not disagree with that. And I've over the last few days have kind of made my point. Are apologies needed? I think so. Are things needed to be done to the board itself? I think probably so. But that's that ultimately that's looking at the board as an entity, not looking at the people. Claire is not an evil person. Mark is not an evil person. Mike is not an evil person. They've come from a past, and they've made it to where they are today. And they've made it well out of that world. Do I agree with Liz Gale that maybe some Scientology was showing? Yeah, of course I do. I will also say that some of those things that we're calling their Scientology are things that are done in the corporate world today and aren't necessarily Scientology specific, but there's a likelihood of, you know, where that knowledge came from. Anyway, we're not turning this into that debate again. I today is a day, if there is no other day. You know, it's been, tomorrow will be 3 weeks since Aaron was removed from the board. And Monday will be 2 weeks since Aaron spoke out. The wounds are still fresh. In some respects, the wounds are still open. But let's use tonight, if we can, to take a Band-Aid, take some gauze and tape and pop it onto that wound. And let's use tonight to, if we haven't already, let's use tonight to start to let it heal. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to heal and it's all going to close back and everything's going to come and can I do this? Mesh together and come back as it was. I don't see that happening, at least not anytime soon. That said, we can at least start to let some of the pain and some of the anger leave us. You don't want to subscribe to Mike, Mark, and Claire anymore? Understood. You happen to be somebody who's annoyed by Aaron and don't want to subscribe to him? Sure. Got it. Understood. You want to take that little step away from SPTV altogether? Well, then what are you doing watching me? Get the hell out of here. Go watch some fishing. Go watch some nature streams. Go relax. Go get out of here for a while. There's no punishment there. Just do your thing. Just do your thing. But, you know, let's not turn anybody's chat into, you know. I was watching Aaron yesterday. Was I watching him yesterday? I don't know if I was watching him yesterday or if I was watching him today do a yesterday. And all of the super chats were very, you know, we're with you, rah, rah, go Aaron. That's cool, man. There's nothing there, right? I have no complaints about that. I love that, in fact. And if anybody was there to do it for the other side, you know, nothing wrong with that. Go do your thing. You know, but we don't have to keep turning the chats into how dare he or how dare they. Bomb the chats with the positive. The hearts, I can't do it anymore. My hands are all jacked up. You know what I mean? The heart emojis, all of that. But let's at least publicly, let's just shake that negative off. Right. I've said things in the last 48 hours that have been interpreted as negative, and my intent never was. And that's because I think in our mindset, we're so heavily weighed by the negativity of this situation. And that's fair. That's natural, right? Right. I mean, the five stages of grief, or the 5 stages of grief. Yeah. Anger's in there. Anger's in there. And it takes us all our own bit to move on from that. Sometimes it takes a day, sometimes it takes a week, sometimes it takes a month. So if it's still in there, it's still in there. We're still angry. But one way that we can get past the anger, one way that we can move on, is by not promoting the anger, not pushing. What am I trying to say? Not just that, just not promoting the anger, not pushing the anger forward. Not letting the anger be public. And I'm sure trying not to. And I think some are at that point where they've moved past. They're not promoting anger's agenda. That's I like that. I don't know where that came from. But yeah, anger itself has an agenda. Let's not promote it. Yeah. So it's important for me. And I don't know. I don't know how everyone else feels about it, but I'm not suggesting that anybody is going to Mike's streams and spewing, I hate you, Mike, blah, blah, blah. Nobody's going to, Claire or Mark's or Aaron's and doing that either. Anybody's or Amy's or, I think we're all at that point where, for the most, we're all at that. Let me wrangle my thought together here. Maybe I don't have that button right now. I do think that we're reaching that point where maybe we're ready to move past the anger, despite having our own decision. What was it you said, Steve? We're entrenched. Yeah, I think we are. I think we are very much entrenched. The story's been told. We've decided, and and that's fine, and that's absolutely fine. But making a decision as to who was right and who was wrong is still different than maybe holding on to the anger, if that makes any sense. So, that's my story. That's my story. Once again, my God, to the great, and I mean this with all sincerity, but the great Tommy Scoville, Captain Tommy Scoville. I took my hat off for you today, sir. You're a great man. I have a lot of respect, and as a Scientology never-in, I know this is not the right way to say this, but as an addiction never end. Correct me. Chat, please correct me. Tell me if there's a better way to say that. I'm here to learn. I'm here to share my knowledge, what I know from a different world. Who was that? Was that which of the Cosby girls was that? It's a different world than where you come from. Marissa Tomei was in that show, at least for the first season. I don't know if she made it much longer than that. But in fact, did the Cosby Girl, was she on the whole show, or did it become a show about the princessy girl and the dude with the ducky glasses? Somebody must know what I'm talking about, because I sure don't. But anyway, it was a sitcom. It was a spin-off of the Cosbys. It was Denise Cosby. Is that really a name? Wasn't that the name of the chick from Star Trek: The Next Generation? That's weird. Anyway, I come from a different world, and I share what I've learned and what I know. And okay, Tommy, I'm sorry, man. I took my hat off. I tipped the hat, but my head feels naked. Anyway, rewind. I took my hat off for you. I did. But yeah, I've got a different story, and I'm here to tell and share that and do my thing. So, did I mention it's like 3 weeks till Christmas? It's just crazy to me, guys. It's crazy to me. Speaking of Captain Tommy, he was talking about it. Was it last night, or was it this morning? I think it was last night. I don't know, when you sleep like 14, 15 hours straight, everything becomes one day. Everything is blurred to a day. And I did that. I fell asleep last night. I don't even know if I was supposed to, I think I was still supposed to be working. And I went and laid down. I went and stretched out and laid down and was out, and was pretty much out until this morning. So a lot of stuff I just ended up watching here today. But anyway, the subject was, the holidays, and the holidays are not always the most festive to some of us. It can hit, it can hurt, it can be difficult. And I was thinking about my Christmases growing up. The Christmases until not that long ago. And not just Christmas, the holiday season in general, this whole season, right? You get to Halloween is over, and all of a sudden stuff sucks for, until March, April, right? Growing up, and for those of you that have been part of the show for a while, it was just my mom and I, and my grandparents on my mom's side. So, and my uncle, my mom's brother, and his family was kind of our thing, and then extended family beyond there. So Thanksgiving was always at my grandparents'. I don't need these quite yet. They keep sliding. I'll keep those off for a bit. But I will get to the comments. I promise. I know there's a lot here, so I appreciate that. My eyes are blurring. Okay. But yeah, for me, Halloween, we're past Halloween. Thanksgiving was my grandparents. My mom and I would go over to my grandparents' house. They would do the full spread. I mean, it was a full turkey, stuffing up the butt. Sorry. The whole thing, right? My grandfather carved the whole turkey. My aunt and uncle would come over with their two kids. Typically Thanksgiving was a little bit smaller. My great aunt and uncle, who had both passed away, their kids, so whatever they are, second cousins once were moved. I don't know how all that works. They were much older. They were my mom's age. And they would come over, and it would be, I don't know, 10 to 12 of us, thereabouts. Whatever fit around my grandparents' full dining room table, thick oak with the two or three partitions in there. And my grandparents would spend the entire day plus whatever it took the night before, prepping, thawing, doing whatever. And we had this big spread on this dining room table. It was just it was fantastic. Of course, as a 12-year-old fat kid, I loved getting the leftovers. I'll tell you that. And then Christmas came, and now for my earliest years, they were doing both Christmas Eve and Christmas. And they would do the whole spread for Christmas. Now, Christmas Eve was much more casual, where they'd take the kitchen table and put the extra leaf or two in there and load that up with, a bunch of different things, everything from your scalloped potatoes to your creamed peas to your fluff desserts, right? Those whipped creamy, marshmallowy fluff things, but just tons of different things. And then they had melted ham and cheese and dinner rolls, little ham buns, we called them. We still call them that. And they'd make a bunch of those, keep them warm. And now this was the one time where we got to take our little plastic or a little paper plate. It was the plastic paper plate, the plastic plates, not paper plates, but they're still disposable. And we'd take them and we'd sit around in the dining room, and people would just show up anytime after like 2 p.m, and they'd stop in, they'd eat, and, started with the older folks, giggle, giggle, ha, ha, ha. And then as the younger folk got done with work, they'd stop over, and, at one point I was 12, and the next point I was 30. And, went from being one of the first ones there to being one of the last ones stopping in. And it was just, that was Christmas Eve. And then, but somehow they still managed to do a full spread on Christmas Day with like a second whole ham, carving it out around the ham bone, and the whole thing and this is the mashed potatoes, this is the whole, cranberries and all that. Well, as they got older, my aunt and uncle took over Christmas. So imagine the whole thing, but going to my aunt and uncle's house on Christmas for a smaller group of the family, including my aunt's family, which was her mother and father, her 2 brothers and sister, and for a long time, her boyfriend, then became husband, but then they kind of faded away. You get the idea, right? It's there were about 10 to 12 there as well. And they did an Italian Thanksgiving, so it was lasagna instead of ham. And whatever goes with the lasagna, garlic mashed potatoes, and all of that. And it was just kind of a great thing. We ended up doing Christmas gifts and all of that over from their house. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Just a whole different experience. I'm 1,000 miles away from them now, and my grandparents have passed, and that tradition is gone. Nobody picked up the Christmas Eve tradition. Thanksgiving is kind of a home thing again. It's nobody. There's really not a big family group, so it's missed. It's missed. This year, I was invited to a wonderful Friendsgiving. A wonderful Friendsgiving. First time. With just the most amazing group of people. It was my friends. It was their neighbor or some of their neighbors. It was longer distance family members of theirs, friends that had traveled. It was just a special occasion for me. And I hope that becomes a tradition. Because it was horrifically special. Horrifically not being necessarily the right word. It was amazingly special. And yeah, it meant a lot. I, of course, never want to be the the guest who overstays the welcome, whether that be in 1 year or over a handful of years. But it meant a lot. It meant a lot to me. So I hope we all have that. I hope we can all find that. That's important to me, that to know that everybody out there has something. I've learned just from watching these channels, just from watching people's comments, that not everybody has somebody for the holidays. And if I was 1,000, 1,500 miles further, than I am, I would invite them over. But I'm not. But I'm not. But we all deserve to be with people over this time of year. We all need to be with people. Whether you say you do or you don't, or you do. We all do. We all need to be with people. And this is the time of year where it really affects us, where it really hits us. Yeah, if I could be with everybody out there right now, I sure as hell would. There's a ton of you out there, and we've made some great parasocial relationships. Such a big word. But the short answer is, at the end of the day, we're friends. I think so, and I hope that we're able to help our friends, help each other to, find somewhere to be. And if you're not, let's find these people someone to talk to. Pick up the phone. Let's connect up. We're here because SPTV started with Scientology, right? Ex-Scientologists fighting against Scientology. And I think a lot of us are here because we're disgusted by the idea of disconnection. But how many of our parasocial relationships, how many of our friends are disconnected from somebody, intentionally or unintentionally, religiously or unreligiously, non-religiously? I like unreligiously, it sounds better. How many of our friends just aren't with, they just aren't, they aren't with loved ones anymore, and they don't necessarily have a way to talk to those loved ones or to be near or to connect with them. Thanks for a hard holiday, guys. Thanks for a hella hard holiday. So let's do what we can. And I mean that, whether it's throwing on an extra stream and pulling people on or you can always pull somebody into a FaceTime chat or a Facebook Messenger video call, right? I don't want to give my phone number out. Well, do gosh darn video call where you don't have to. But there are people here. There aren't people out there. There are people here that need people. Let's find that time. Let's find that. Let's find them, and let's give them 30 minutes. A virtual hug and a hey, how you doing? Who cares if your makeup's not on or if your bald head is showing? Who cares? There's 100 ways we can make things better for someone that we know and care about this holiday. So let's see what we can do. Let's find the way. Let's do it. I'm in. Get this light. I got this light glaring in my face, but everywhere I move it, it's in the way of something else. I don't know. Is that any better? No, that's, well, we'll see when I start looking at chats, right? And there's a smudge in there. Whatever. I'm not complaining. It's good to see everybody. I see a lot of folks here. That's great. I'm just worried that I'm gonna. Hey, to anybody who's new to my chat, If I happen to kick myself out of the chat at any point, take a drink. And by take a drink, don't worry. I mean, water, soda, whatever. It's my bad habit is kicking myself out of the chat. Happens typically. What's the nice way to say it? Twice every other episode. Which means at least once an episode, if not more. So, just here to say hi to everybody. There's my buddy himself. There's Clearwater Chad. Hey, Chad. Great to have you here. I love this. Chad hit the like button. So please, anybody else that hasn't hit the like button, where is it? Somewhere over here? Yeah, please do. Please hit that like button. The whole algorithm thing, you've heard the story 1,000 times. It's true. It doesn't just help me. It doesn't just help me. It helps really everybody in this kind of SPTV and SP adjacent ecosystem. It helps find those folks that kind of watch similar stuff, and it steers them to more similar stuff. So this could mean by clicking like to me, Aaron or Tommy or Liz Ferris or Marilyn or 1,000 other folks could start showing up in different people's suggested likes. And for every 1,000 people that see this, 1 or 2 are going to click on it and are going to join us. So I don't know if that's even a stat, if it's 2 per 1,000 or what it is. But the fact of the matter is there's millions of folks out there on YouTube, and if we can make the impact, let's make the impact. So subscribe, all of those actions help get the word out, help making not just my videos, but similar videos, similar content available to more and more people, because it shows that this is the type of thing that people are viewing. So anyway, thank you, Chad. I much appreciate you clicking the like button. That's huge. Hey, Chad, not going to slam on you, buddy. I'm never going to tell you to shut up, man. I'm never going to tell you to not do it or behave. We're blood, friend. You're always welcome here. Chad knows what I'm talking about. Lynn in Colorado. How you doing, Lynn in Colorado? Promise me we aren't talking about poor old victim Aaron and bad Mike, Claire, and Mark. Well, Lynn, apparently I'm done talking about it now. No, we're talking about 4 people. However it's interpreted, we're talking about 4 different people who have all done very, very wonderful things for this movement, and all who made some mistakes, some visually more than others. But no, it's not about you suck and you're king. These are two fractured parts of a family, and like I said, it's going to take a long time, if at all, before we get everybody, whether or not we do get everybody back together. It doesn't look good at the moment. So everybody has their opinion. I don't. Well, at this point, mine. So, I watched. Did I say it already? Did I say it out loud? I watched a wonderful video earlier today with Mark Fisher, Janice Gillum Grady, and Claire. And you don't like how an organization was run 3 weeks ago. I'll tell you, there were two amazing moms in that video. And there's, that's what that is. So, Miss Sunrise Dawn from Georgia Peach. I don't know what that accent was, but hello, Miss Sunrise Dawn. Terry Ray from Alabama. Is this where I say Roll Tide? Hey, No Talk Tony, good to have you here. Sorry, I know I know. Oh well, yeah, I'm behind a few. Oh, some of these are. Oh, I got you. Some of these posts are still from even before the chat started. So okay, so yeah. No Talk Tony, good to have you here. Had a wonderful day. Fantastic. Today was a great Saturday. I don't know where everybody is from and how everybody's Saturday was, but I did too. Still lots of time to do things to make you feel good. That is, that's deep. No Talk Tony. My little thingy. There we go. Booyah. Booyah back, Steve Britton. Good to see you. Yeah, I made it, Joel. Good to have you here. Today was good for Dawn too. We started out doing breakfast with Santa. What's Santa doing out so early? What's he doing? Is he at the malls already? Oh my goodness. Then lunch with the family for your dad's birthday. Well, that's fun. Awesome. Love hearing that. That just sounds like a lot of fun. Poet's here, saying hi to everybody but me. What I know, Poet. Oh, never mind. If I would have looked up, hey everybody. We'll go with this one. Oh, Brian Lucas, always a pleasure to have you here. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you, sir. So everybody doesn't know From a Poet, Brian Lucas. If you go to Amazon and type in Brian Lucas, Brian with a Y, you're going to find a couple of poetry books. One called what is it? Limericks, and it's one's a limericks and haiku book. It's haiku. It's haiku and limericks, Scientology haiku and limericks, and the other is more of a non-Scientology poetry book. But he's got those two books available on Amazon. Get yours for the holidays today. Kim says, just barely saw this in time. Good evening, everyone. Well, I'm glad you saw this in time, Kim. I don't know what the tubes are doing, but I had this one piped up in the schedule for a bit, so you should have gotten the 30-minute and the liver. So I am sorry that I don't know what YouTube's doing these days. They're making it a challenge, and that's okay. What time was that? 7:31. Somebody go drag Steve-O in here. Was I not in here? Was was fighting with my lights at 7:30. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Don. Yep. In fact, yours may have been the comment that went, you know what? I just got to drop it and hop in. But glad to have you guys here. Shirley is in the house with us. My favorite version of one is U2 with Mary. Oh, yes. There's you know what? There's a lot of good versions. I know that version. I do like that version. I do. My favorite is the my favorite is still U2 only. The I guess the original. But yeah, that's yeah, that's a good one. I'm a big U2 fan. Always have been. I like anybody else, have kind of scoffed at some of their decision making in later years. I'm also one of the ones who kept the free album on my iPhone when it was just automatically downloaded. I'm like, sweet, a free U2 album. But I understand. But I understand what people went through there. Yeah, certainly their earlier stuff and the stuff from the 90s. They had a couple of goofy albums, but things like Octung Baby and they had some good stuff. And have continued to have. They still have good stuff mixed in with some of the little bit more marketed stuff, but I still think a lot richer and with a few more ad dollars in their pockets. I still think that they're true to their message. Bono can be douchey, but I think he still believes. I do. I think he and the Edge still absolutely believe, and a lot of respect for that. So, but I'm with you, Shirley. I do know that song, or I do know that version of that song for darn sure. I do want to make sure that I'm acknowledging as many people that have hopped in as I can, as well as making sure that I'm addressing just a little happiness from Terry Ray for those who watch on a laptop computer and hate the ads. Adblock Plus updated a few days ago, and now I see no ads. Oh, that's fantastic. So what the dickens am I doing paying for the premium for? There are a few ways to be able to view YouTube without ads. I do try during my Monday night to sleep in with Steve-O to turn the background noises, the background music, whether it's music or crickets or rain or whatever it is, to turn that up. So when you turn the volume back down, so it's not too loud for you, the ads are even quieter. But for those who really want them gone, yes, Adblock Plus or YouTube Premium. Your call. But that's I did not know. I know that there had been an issue for a while, so that's fantastic to know that it's not. Is it the difference, Adblock versus Adblock Plus? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Get Adblock Plus, everybody. Get your ads removed. Susie Q, good to see you, Susie Q. Hi, everybody back. Hi, Susie Q from everybody. How about that? This is where I always get into trouble because I'm always way behind the chats trying to catch up, but I still want to get everybody mentioned, and I don't want this to be an 8-hour stream like was that last Sunday? Whenever that was. Marilyn, cheers to you. Hi to you. Um, sounded so robotic. Hi to you, Marilyn. Hi, Marilyn. Good to see you. Um, if you guys follow along to the whole, YouTube never end thing, Marilyn, she's like my older sister. Yeah, which means that I get into a lot of trouble, and she's the first one to admit that. I know. So, SPTV Keyboard Warriors. Hey, Denver Stevo. Hey, SPTV Keyboard Warriors. It is good to see you. Who else do we have here? That's there's two things I refuse to turn away. One is Lene, and two is hand pink waving. Good to see you, Lene. Great to have you here. Yeah, I agree with this 1,000%. SPTV Keyboard Warriors. Poor Rabbit and her mods. I don't think they were prepared for the number of people there and the questions. That was my first, and I had no idea. All I saw was somebody with 15,000 subs, and went cool. But even having 15,000 subscribers does not mean you have the volume in a single show. And let's be candid, Aaron brings the volume. So he did. And he did. And no, I think that's exactly right. And I think that's exactly what happened. Was they were just bombarded, and yeah, stuff got lost. They were trying to keep it to a pretty tight 2 hours. It was virtually impossible. And they did an awesome job. Yeah, it was fantastic. So, I caught. I missed that at first. So Susie Q had said something about seeing Tommy's apology. A bunch of people asked for what, and then the awesome response, like a badass action movie response. Susie Q responds, "Steve-O will tell." It was tough. It was a nice way to play that one, Susie Q. Nice way indeed. Inquad says, hope you're okay. Oh my, what a wonderful song letter you chose on the descriptions for this one. Well, thank you, Inquad. That's this has been a favorite since it first came out. It's just one hangs with me, always has. Good to see you, Joni. We were talking about the not getting the super chat answered. I know Marilyn had one the previous week. I know she's definitely felt it. I know Hef has felt it too. So, definitely not great. Not a great feeling at all. So, tape. Who said tape? Was I talking about taping? Who are we taping? What did I say? What did I say about tape? I need clarification. Chad's starting issues in chat. I'm probably not going to. Oh, there we go. Just joking. Okay. I suppose I could have. No, I know Susie Q. I know not everybody did. It's one of those things, and I think it hurts the most because there are people there that don't necessarily know who I am or you are or whatever, right? And and they end up making that judgment or seeing that, and that's maybe the only true representation, right? If somebody in a chat tells me not to go over there, and I'm already too busy to go left, right, and I'm not going to go research. I'm not going to go look and go, oh, maybe this guy is a good guy, or whatever, right? It doesn't have to be a thing about me. So it's an easy way to make a decision is to go, oh, well, they said he's being a dick. He's being a dick. I'm just going to push it away. Just never mind. And it's scary when you do something like this, because that ends up being a kind of a smack on your reputation, on your credibility. And it's always out there, right? Granted, 500 videos from now, 500, Tommy does 500 more, I do 500 more, whatever. That stuff gets lost. Denver Steve-O, did I read about him once? I don't remember, right? It's just stuff goes away. But it definitely creates a bit of an impact, and it just sucks. And it always sucks to be misinterpreted and go, no, I did not mean to. I was not attacking anybody. I did that. No. So it happens though, sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. And, is what it is. But, I got other stuff I want to talk about. I don't want to just sit here for the next 6 or 8 months, talking about, what the hell happened with the Aftermath Foundation and kicking Aaron out and, and all this crap and blah, blah, blah. Come on. This is noise. This is distraction, and whether you want to dance the word OSA, who smell like poo, by the way, I'm telling you that. If you want to throw their name out there, if you just want to say it's Scientology in general, David Miscavige is loving this distraction. It's attention not being pointed at him and at his corrupt practices, at the abuses, at the bad crud that the church does. So it is what it is. And we're at a point where, we've made our decisions. We know where we stand on this thing, but we got to move past it and really focus on, getting the word about the evil church back out. Let's just, away with them. That's my away with them, away with that evil church. Because honestly, once Scientology is gone, there are enough other organizations out there that we need to focus on. Not to say we need to get done with this one, but they need to, we need to get done with this one so we can move on to the next one. We've spent too much time on Scientology. That's not what I'm saying. But we need to focus. We need to focus on getting this one done so we can move on to the next one. And so we can get this corrupt, culty, whatever that's, there are thousands of friggin' cults in the US alone, let alone the world. Some of them are, cults of 10, some of them are cults of 100. Whatever it is, we got to get rid of these things. And we're here standing up against Scientology. We've made a great stand thus far. Let's just push these Sun OA guns. Let's push them out of here. Let's get them gone. Thanks, Britton. I appreciate that. That means a lot. Well, OBG Foster, I knew you wouldn't, because we're tight, man. We're we're tight, OBG, and I appreciate that. Yeah, thanks, Terry Ray. If you haven't subscribed yet, I'll push this a couple of times. Please subscribe down below. What's the other thing that I'm pointing at? The other thing. What's the other thing? Like as well. Like and subscribe. And Ev. Creamed peas with pearled onions. Yes, indeed. You know it. That nothing better. For a while when I was younger, I would always get the peas. I would always like scoop the peas and not get not scoop the pearled onions. I just wanted the peas. As I got older, I started to appreciate the onions a little bit too. So yeah, that's actually one of my favorites. One of my favorite holiday dishes are the creamed peas with pearled onions. So thank you. Thank you for calling. And thank you for the super chat. Much appreciated. So I scrolled. I lost something here. Oh man, I scrolled. Did I just scroll way down? No, okay. Thought it did. It just moved on me. Sorry about that, guys. I hate to do this. So Lynn in Colorado says, I'm in the minority, but Aaron is not a victim in this situation. He made choices and bringing a stranger home, drinking and doing mushrooms. Well, that was so. Well, I'll finish the sentence first. And then she loses her mind as kind of consequences. Lynn, I think that everything we do, and I agree. I agree in the broad scope. I think that everything we do has consequences. You can't do a lot. You can't turn left without something happening, and you can't turn right without something happening. There's always a consequence there. I did get, that was one of my questions. That was my question, and that was the clarification. Did Aaron do mushrooms that night? And the clarification was that he did not. So as I understand it, that was only her that evening. Well, her behavior seemed to steer that way. That being said, and you're not, and maybe this is the minority opinion, but that's kind of been part of my argument the whole time has been, I understand, and Tommy validated this too, right? This is something I certainly, have kind of felt very kindred to him with regards to this. Yeah, there's definitely an understanding as to why the Aftermath board made the decisions they made. And I come from a world where that was how things happened. Now I will say there were many pieces to this that didn't necessarily play out right, and that maybe could have been done differently. But they weren't. I mean, it's quite simply, right? This is we have what we have. We have the scenario we have the situation, we have exactly how things played out. The situation was that. Oh, that's right. That was the guy from Jersey Shore. Sorry, I'm going. Is that a wrestler? No, it was not. I have, however, met Mike the Miz. So, or excuse me, just the Miz. Back during his MTV days. Not trying to change the subject. There are definitely, and and again, I this is not a rehash show any more than it has been already. But yeah, there are absolutely. I could sit here and I could list off 15 or 20 different justifications that the board had. I could also list off 15 or 20, maybe more justifications for, Aaron's behavior through the whole thing. I would tell you neither are fully innocent, and neither did everything. Neither side did everything wrong. Anyway, cookies and cream ice cream sounds delicious, doesn't it? Let's have some cookies and cream. Put it in your mouth. Yeah, no, I've never met Snooki, Steve. That would just freak me out quite a bit. So anyway, breathe in, breathe out, everyone. I'm doing it myself. I'm just relaxing. I don't want to rehash, like I say, I don't want to rehash too much here. I'm only going to choose the things that are nice about me here today. So no, I'm kidding. However, Ted, thank you, my friend Ted S. It's good to see you again. It's been a few weeks. I never took your actions in an inappropriate way. I love you, bud. Love you too, my friend from Minnesota. Good to see you. You keep that hometown or that home state safe for me before I come back. Okay. I don't know when I'm coming back, but it's always good to see Ted. Oh, thank you, Terry Ray, for finding that. Oh, Terry, yeah, I know it wasn't hiding, but thank you for pulling that out. Yeah, it was a wonderful, wonderful apology from Tommy. It was quite unexpected, and he's just an awesome guy. And like I say, top notch. I'm hoping to connect up with him. And there's a good chance he and I could do a stream or two together. We have different. We certainly have different experiences in the world, but we're here for the right reasons, and the same reasons. So that means a lot to me. Salty Beach Girl Lori, hello. How are you, Salty Beach Girl Lori? Do I know you? I know a lot of salty beach girls. No, I'm kidding, Lori. It's great to have you here. Lori says, I'm not against anyone. I watch who I enjoy. However, I will say I'm worried about Aaron. I can't be the victim in every situation. I hope he gets whatever he's chasing and can be happy soon. Fair enough. No, I love Aaron to death, and like most of us here, I think he brought me here, right? He brought me into what is now the SPTV community, and I don't mean brought me here as far as like, whatever. I mean, he was really the programming when I first started watching. I watched some Andrew Gold, and Aaron was suggested, and then boom, there I was watching Aaron, and then all of a sudden everybody else started filling in around it, and then I said, well, maybe I should too. So yeah, he am Am I worried about Aaron? I don't know. I understand what some people see and what some people are concerned about, as far as actions, behaviors, different things like that. I haven't seen anything that's really stuck out, but I definitely want him to be okay. I definitely want him to be, to be able to keep doing what he's doing, and I'll be there for him. I've said it several times now. I continue to support the Aftermath Foundation. I will continue to give them money, and as soon as there's a way to give Aaron's new foundation money, I will be one of the first. Yeah, I'm a big supporter here, a big supporter of this movement in general, and these people specifically. There's a reason I watch them and I don't watch others, because I feel that this group, and that includes both sides of this current argument, they are the ones that are making a difference. This what is SPTV is making a difference. I'm not giving money to the peripheries, because I don't feel that that's where the money is best spent. If I give money to a fundraiser that the Aftermath runs, or that I've been calling it the Aaron Math Foundation since it doesn't have a name yet. The Levin Math, I don't know. The Aaron Math Foundation. I'm going to give money to them, and I know that money is going to go to the right place and do the right thing. So is what it is. Yes, it takes courage to admit, especially publicly. My God, like I say, he could have done 20 seconds on another program, on another stream. He could have just said, "Oh, by the way, I said something about Denver Steve-O. As it turns out, dude's cool. I kind of oopsed. If you get a chance, swing on over. Moving on." Could have done that. That would have been more than enough. Right? That's like putting the newspaper, the corrections, right? Putting those on the back page or somewhere tucked in the middle somewhere. It was acknowledged. That's all I needed. That would have been huge. Oh no. Tommy does a whole darn show about it. That's class act, like I say, 100%. And yes, you're absolutely right, Marla. 100%. The apology was well done. I don't know what I just said there, but all this subbing and unsubbing has turned hurtful. It does. It's right. It becomes a I'm going to punish you, right? And honestly, that's how we live here in YouTubeville. If you like us, you sub to us. If you don't like us, you unsub from us, or never sub to us in the first place. So that makes that tells a story. But yeah, once people are subbed and then somebody says something, and that something has an impact, or people see it, people are going to pull away. People are going to, and then you're like, but wait, time out. We didn't get to. I didn't get to say, wait a minute, time. I didn't do anything. I didn't break it. I promise. It's just like, you're wrong. Boom. And it hurts. So whatever I said, I must have been right. But thanks, Marla. I appreciate that 1,000%. Kim. As usual, the whole thing went by with me blissfully unaware. I'm sorry that happened to you. And kudos to Tommy for owning up. Yeah, still not taking sides here, just listening to both sides. Absolutely. And Kim, please, that's all of this. That's my fight. Is if we haven't, if I can keep you in the middle, I'm going to try to keep you in the middle. But if I can't, that's understandable too. So, Tommy, I have been a subscriber up until today. Well, let me say that differently. I've been a subscriber since Aaron first introduced Tommy to us months ago. Today I became a yeoman, an ensign? I joined. I'm now a member, not just a subscriber. I'm a member. And Tommy said something nice about me, so I gave him some money. No. Yeah, kinda, but he said something nice. But he's been saying some really great things for months and months. I don't know how long that channel's been there. I don't know how long he's been doing the lifeboat. I just know 6-8 months, whatever that is. And I know that he's got 15,000 subscribers now. And he's doing good stuff. He's saying good things. He's helping people. That the lifeboat is helping people. And if my $3.99 a month is going to help him help more people and help that group help people, kudos. Now, like I did on Thursday, to Aaron, I'm going to do to Tommy from time to time. I may ask some questions. I think that most of the time, those questions, unless it's something that's an issue, a topic of the moment, I think that if I have any questions, a lot of those questions I'll take to Tommy privately. I don't think that it's always right to ask those questions necessarily in a chat. But again, I was asking a question that was directly related to something that he had said, and I just wanted a clarification there. Because yeah. But yeah, I'll ask questions if I need to. The fact of the matter is, again, I think we've had this conversation too. It's not about blind allegiance, blind loyalty, just following somebody because they're there. And if you do have questions, you have to ask those questions. Now, respectful questions and not trying to gotcha. Those are a whole different thing than some of the questions that some of the negators out there are asking. But so yeah. So anyway, but yeah, I'm a big fan as of today. I've been a follower and now I'm a fan. Pink hand waving, Kia Aura, Denver Stevo, hand pink waving. Well, Kia Aura, 8 points. It is good to see you. I hope everything is going well in New Zealand. I was going to say New Zealand, California. That's not probably right. Oh, it's good to see you though. 8 points. It's been a while. Or I've just missed you, or I don't know. That's why we have the replay crew too, though. So I'm a big fan. I don't want to jump into some of these in the middle, so so bear with me. Not sure where I was with this one, Stephen, but have I reached out to them with my point of view? Not the shoot. I wish I remember where we were talking. If we're talking about what I said, I did not reach out to the person who made the comment on Tommy's channel because it's sometimes damn near impossible to actually to connect up with somebody or know exactly how to connect up with them via their YouTube handle. So no. So if that's what you're saying, no. I've reached out to Tommy. I did not reach out to Aaron and or Rabbit. I didn't reach out to Aaron to ask the question because Tommy responded for me, or responded, not for me. Tommy responded with the question. Yeah, so no. So not sure where that was. But the answer is most likely no. If there's someone I can still reach out to, then I will. Yeah, if you guys notice, I am definitely I am skipping anything that's too overly pointed. It's welcome in the chat, but I don't want to. Again, I don't want to perpetuate the conversation. In fact, I do want to lean back on the fact that if there's nothing else we can start tonight, it's to start the healing. It's to start the stepping back and saying, yes, I might be right. And I may go on chats with those that I support and say, I support you. And I may send super chats that say, I am with you 100%. But I am not going to go to the other side and say, you suck or whatever, right? You are wrong. I'm not going to sit in my own chat or sit in the chat of that who I support and say they were wrong. But I am going to say, I'm so glad to be supporting you. Right? Let's take it with let's take the fight with just the positives. I mean, let's try that for a week. That's because I know it'll work. That's the thing, right? If we go for the next week and all we do is positives, not I am positive they were wrong. That's not a positive. But if we go and say, I am positive that I made the right decision. I support you 100%. I am with you. And we do that and we stick to those messages on the channels that we do support. A week from now, this is just going to be a dull pain in our arm. Right? It's going to go away. And we can help perpetuate, we can help move forward that healing, that away with it, by just standing a little positive, by just saying good things. So, try that with me. Because I'll be in those chats and I don't want to see somebody go, those other guys were stupid and sucked and man, they smell like crap. No. Replace that with you. I support. I honor. I don't know. I support and I salute and I give you 100% of my super chat money for the week. I don't know. Something positive. Something positive. Let's just stick to the positive messages this week. Let's not. And in fact, you know what? Let's take it a step further. If you see somebody, if you're sitting in a chat with Aaron tomorrow and you see somebody that goes, I can't believe those guys, such jerks, such stupid. And you go, yeah. And you're thinking inside, yeah, you're absolutely right. Turn it around. Hey, Bob, you're right. But you know what? You know what? Everyone makes mistakes. But you know what? Our support's with Aaron. I assume in that situation, right? I assume that's an Aaron there. Or if it's vice versa. And it absolutely can be vice versa. You know, Davey is a bad example because Davey, JV, you're right. He was whiny, but you know what? You're right. He made a mistake. He made mistakes. That's a better one. But you know what? Our support's with Mike and Margaret Claire. You know, it's easy to turn the message around and keep it positive. My examples may have just been horrible, and that's okay. But you get the point. Let's keep things positive. Let's do it for a week. I'll check back in next Saturday, I promise, okay? Okay. From a neutral point of view, thank you, Ted. I think all sides are a reason for the pain and fallout. We just need to give all sides time to heal and talk. At the same time, talking out problems is how to solve them. Ultimately, right? It is. This feels like it's something that's built over the last 6 months or so, maybe even a bit longer, between both of these sides. So it could take a little bit longer before they're able to, talk things out. And I think even then, I think there's a bit. I know coming from, if it were me, and regardless of the side, there are a lot of egos going on here. If I were on the board side, I'd be like, he's finally gone. We finally were able to get rid of him, and that was what we needed to do to move this foundation forward. That's what I would believe. I'm not saying that's what they believe. I'm saying that's what I would believe. And if I were Aaron, I would be like, well, screw you guys. I'm better than all of this. I'm going to go make my own foundation. We're going to stomp all over you. It's not a competition, but oh man, I'm going to be competing, Again, that's not Aaron. That would be my opinion if I were him, if I were in his shoes. So there's ego. There's ego to be dealt with here. And honestly, on both sides, some justifiable ego. So that might be difficult. That might be difficult to get to that point. I don't know. I don't know what that's going to lead to. I don't know how soon. I mean, and how any end result, how close to what we had before 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago is going to be. So, but at the end of the day, to make peace and to maybe rebuild a semblance of a friendship, I agree with you 100%, Ted. It's going to take time, and yeah, they need to be together. They need that time to heal, and then they can kind of come, reconnect in one way or another. So I agree with that 100%. Now, from our standpoint, same thing, right? We need to heal. We're either over here or we're over here. Let's just heal. Let's take that time and heal, and then maybe we can all come back together too. So, but if we do it with some positivity, now that's the best thing I've heard. If you're watching things that make you unhappy, just stop. Oh, yeah. Did I say that? It's not hard. Thanks, Steve-O. Yeah. Yeah, if you're pissed at Mike, stop watching Mike. I would tell you check back in on him in a while, but not until you feel better about things. But then go back and check him back out. If you're pissed at Aaron, stop watching Aaron. Go visit him later on. Because we've seen it, right? Everybody changes over time, and God knows. But yeah. They discuss, Inquat says, they discuss during months that only part. Oh, sorry. That's only one part. Return to Scientology programming can't be proven. It's only one part. Can't be proven. We can suppose that of all the parts, by example, thinking celebrity or bigger fish is in the right. I'm sorry. I'm reading stupidly. It's been a day, hasn't it? It's been a good day, but it's been a day. So yeah, the conversations went on for months. This is something that goes back at least to June, May, if not further back from my understanding there. Yeah, did they return to? I mean, we can call it Scientology programming, and maybe it was. Maybe that's what that is what they learned for 30 plus years in Scientology. But it's also not just Scientology programming. I mean, if you are, and let's be honest, if you are in an organization and you think that somebody is harming the name of the reputation of an organization, you're going to look for a way within that organization to remove them. It's, whether that's a business, whether that's a nonprofit. I mean, they're all incorporated entities, so it's, they're going to do the same. They're going to do the same type of thing. And now I'll tell you, when I've seen this in the past, usually what I've seen is, one, it's very, very rarely one of the founding members. And it's two. I don't know that I've ever seen it be somebody that's so popular to, the masses, right? Either the employees or the supporters. So I've never seen a scenario quite like this before. But there's always a first for everything, and I certainly think that's a big, if Aaron was somebody was an annoying somebody, and you think throughout SPTV and kind of the periphery, the outsiders, don't name anybody, do not name anybody, not on this chat, no. But think in your head of that somebody that's I don't like them, I can't stand them. I'm going to tell you, there's probably 3 or 4 different names that are popping up. 5 if my name comes up, and if my name comes up, you're booted. Okay, kidding. But please don't let it be my name. But anyway, there's you're probably seeing somebody that if the board wanted to get rid of that person, you would have been like, yeah, whatever. Especially, well, yeah. Aaron is Aaron is. I don't want to kill him off. Aaron is a very popular person. And, people are going to watch him and people are going to defend him. And that is, why would they not? Why would they not? So, yeah. But yeah, did they switch back to Scientology programming, or did they switch to logical business programming and it just didn't work in this scenario? I mean, there are times when those things can very much overlap, right? 8 points. How not be wearing a cap, bro? Yeah. Absorb that, right? That's I know. It's a little weird to me, man. I got to tell you, it's a little weird. It's not the first time though. I did it a handful of shows ago too. So yeah, it's just there's no such thing as 5 stages. What? Is it 6? Is it 12? What? There's a number of stages now, right? Or did that all go away? Yeah. I know there's some I know there's been some back and forth here in the chat. I would say let's all for me, let's not turn this into let's not rehash the battle. And I know I'm still a little bit behind here. But I'm catching up. So let's let's be gentle. Awakened, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. I came from the lifeboat. Tommy suggested your channel, so I wanted to pop in and say, hey, well, thank you, Awakened. I appreciate that. And as I've been saying, you probably hear, I know I'm still a bit behind in the chat. My hat's off to Tommy, who I've been a viewer of for, probably 8 months or so now, a casual viewer. And not only because of, Tommy in this scenario, but just kind of absorbing everything that he's been saying. I am now a paying member and a big fan. So yeah, kudos to Tommy. Kudos to the lifeboat. So thank you, Awakened. I hope you stay. Please do subscribe and like wherever they are down here, down in the thingy. I'm glad to have you here. I'm glad to have everybody here. I think for Tuesday, I think my my chosen song is going to have to be a little Elvis Costello. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? That almost should have been tonight's. But either way, yeah, I know I certainly can't speak for how Aaron, Mike, Mark, Claire, and then the unnamed members of the board, Christy, Amy, Matt. I don't know why I keep punching my stomach. You can't see that, can you? No, it's covered. Okay, maybe you can. Matt and Ray are kind of feeling through all of this, but even if things are still raw and still troublesome for them, let's hold this a little closer, and let's make some peace on our side. So I'm cheating. I'm looking at the current comments over. Where's my hand? Over here. While I look at where I am over here. Here. I have two pointies. I don't know what I'm doing. Something like that. Oh, it looks like a cowboy thing. Now I just need a cowboy hat. I live in Colorado and I don't have a cowboy hat. But it's Young Guns 3. I just saw Awaken's last comment. So thank you. Thanks, Awakened. It's glad to have you here. It's glad to have you as part of the team. Yeah, back to that. I'm a nice guy. I don't know. I'm Tommy with a slightly different hair configuration and maybe a little more pudge here. So it's good to have you. And hugs to everybody. Yeah, back to it. I agree with you, Av. Tommy spoke to this mess so well. Yeah, it was. He did. He better than I did. That's for damn sure. So, but he, just a big salute. In OBG, I am still angry about. I remember when you had mentioned that you had lost your job, and I so feel for you. Awaken normies. I have heard the term normies, and I just didn't want to misuse it. So we call people who have never struggled, but all of us deal with something. Yes, we do. None of us can say that they don't have a bottle. Can say we don't have a bottle. Oh, good. We are all coming together now to share. Yeah, I agree. Normies it is, but yeah, you're right. There's always something. And that's where I go, yeah, I've never had I've never had a problem with addiction. I've never been part of a coercive control group. I've never, darn it, man, I haven't lived. I'm kidding when I say that. Trust me. When I was like 24, 25, I tried to build up a tolerance to alcohol. I was living by myself, and I tried to take shots and drink mixed drinks. I got to be really good at mixing things, and it didn't take long for me to go, what the hell am I doing? But I seriously, for a minute, and then this is obviously somebody being very immature in the mind, going, it would be cool if I could be an alcoholic. Never said that, but that's essentially where I was going with that, right? Oh, if I can get a tolerance to alcohol and I can just, slam the drinks all night and blah, 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 blah. And it was stupid. And I admit to the stupidity. I admit 100%. At least I do now. Back then, nah. So anyway. Yeah. Oh, let me get addicted to something. That is just yeah. So no. So to anybody who who is recovering, who is in recovery, who hasn't, um, or again, who has been part of some sort of coercive control organization, to all of you, I stand in support. Of course, there are things I will never understand, and no matter how hard you try to make me understand, there's an inability that's there because I haven't lived the experience, either of those experiences, any of those experiences. But I will always stand with you. I'll always stand with you. So, and thanks, Awakened. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, Terry, it's a different world than where you've come from. That's all I remember. That's all I remember. Oh, the mythical story, OBG. Thank you. Yeah, I did when I was first starting out. I created this program on my channel Monday nights, from essentially midnight until midnight Eastern time until whenever I woke up. And what I did was it was called Sleeping with Steve-O, and we turned on, essentially opened up the chat, or opened up the stream. I think it took me a while before I realized, I should probably say something for a little bit and to chat with the crowd for a little bit first, and then take off. But so then we would kind of get everything started. I'd play some background music, whether it be frogs, whether it be, and I say frogs, why that sticks in my head, I don't know, nature sounds or jazzy, kind of soft, relaxing music that you can play all night. And then I left. I mean, it'd be creepy if you guys actually watched me physically sleep. That would be weird. So I left. I went into my bedroom, and and the chat was open, and everybody just there was conversation through the better part of the night. Every once in a while, there may be a gap where everybody was either dozing or doing other things. It was kind of that in between overnights in the Americas and early morning in Europe and Australia and there. So, or early morning and whatever the difference is. And so there were always a little bit of something going on, and then I'd come in the morning and talk like this because I had froggy voice because I literally just woke up and didn't even have anything to drink yet. Hey guys, how you doing? It's good to see you. Hey, have a great day. I got to get ready for work. Bye. Click, and that was it. To the point that we're still doing it. I don't know. We're a lot of episodes in. I've taken some breaks, and I think we're still right around 22, 23 episodes in. But yeah, it's been a fun program. Why am I saying program now? It used to be program. Maybe Steve, are you getting your Canadian cooties on me? Program? I don't know. I know Ev Crosby, Denise Crosby. Wait, Denise Crosby played Tasha Yar from Star Trek: The Next Generation. Denise Cosby was the character, was Bill Cosby. Is it too soon to say too soon? But it was still weird, man. Denise Huxtable, you're right. Oh, you're right, Don. Thank you. She played the character Denise Huxtable, not Denise Cosby. You're right. Okay. So that's not as quite weird. It's not as quite weird. Thank you for working that out with me. That's right. Lynn. Oh, it used to be, it was on my desk until I started doing some tidying up. I have not finished the book yet, but I got the book the day. So it came out on Black Friday, which essentially meant you could order it on Black Friday. You could get the Audible right away. I don't typically do Audible. I probably should have in this case. But I bought the paperback, and I bought 2 copies, one copy for the bookshelf, and then one copy that I could highlight and scribble on and take notes. And then Mitch and I are going to swing together and actually talk about it. And I got to get that done because we want to do that, sooner than later. I haven't finished it yet, but it's trying to think of an analogy. He tells a good story for sure. I don't know. There's an analogy there that I can almost see, but it's like, I was like this big crazy world, and you just kind of drop Mitch in these different places. Now, most of it, of course, it's all in the same place, but there are all these kind of these. David made him do a lot. David, little baby Davy, made him do a lot of stuff. So I do recommend, though. It's from, at least from what I've seen so far, from what I've read in the first, I don't know where I am, 6 or 7 chapters in. That's maybe 5. Yeah, it's he's got me dragged in. I just fell asleep yesterday and haven't had a chance to do much other than that today. But yes, definitely. So does anyone know if we can get a watch party online for Brothers Broken documentary? That's a great idea. I don't know. I know that it's been mostly still at the festivals. I know that there was kind of a what was it? It was some sort of like download. You have like 24, 48 hours, something like that, to watch. Marilyn Honig, I know, had gotten to watch it when it first popped out. I didn't. But that's not a bad idea. Maybe they need to kind of redo the thing, and we can get something scheduled probably on could probably do something on like Discord or something. Because if we try to do it here on YouTube, YouTube's gonna scream copyright. Maybe we could do it on Rumble. Yeah, so Rumble or Discord would probably be the 2 places we could run something that was copywritten like that, without, any sort of permission, and be able to have a chat conversation as we watched it. That's a great idea. Let me. I'm going to investigate. I'm going to see if that's something that we can do. Brilliant idea. Kim, for the most part, I'm with you. I get hit by the seasonal affective disorder. Sad, yeah. Plus, my schedule is so up and down as it is. Then you throw the holidays in, or you throw winter in, and it just sucks a little bit more. So, not always a fan. And if we could just nap through it, that'd be sweet. But alas, we cannot. Creamed peas, my friend. One moment. Pause for a beverage. Yeah, it didn't even sound convincing. But that's how parched I am. Wow. It's essentially you take canned peas. You get canned peas, you strain the juice out of them, you pour them into a big thing. Then you put creamer. I don't know if you're using, I think it's full on cream. And I don't know, some other seasonings, and you put the pearl onions in there with it and mix it up. I think you use some of the pea juice. That just sounds gross, but you use some of that pea juice in there in the cream too for flavor, a little seasoning, and it kind of stews through. The cream gets a little thicker, but and so yeah, you have it's cream and peas and onions, but creamed peas. That's yeah, they're delicious. They are delicious. I cannot turn them down when they pop up. So they are absolutely one of my favorites. One of my all time favorite holiday things. Mm. Well, Angela, it's a little selfish of you. Half of that pizza is yours. But thank you. Just sending love, hugs, and pizza. We'll right back at you, sweets. Thank you. Chinese food on Christmas is the thing in New York City. I lived in Brooklyn. It's one of the. I think nationwide, it's probably one of the few things open on Christmas Day. Although I've started to see a couple of pizza places that are open now too, or starting to open. But yeah, Chinese Christmas is big all over. My understanding, and I'm not saying this in any sort of attempt at derogatoriness. My true understanding is that it was one of those things that first generation Asians coming into the country, and the New York or East Coast Jewish folk who didn't celebrate Christmas. It was kind of the perfect mix, right? The Asians wanted to be open on Christmas because it wasn't something they were celebrating, and the Jewish folk were looking for food, and everything was closed. So I don't know, I don't know timing or anything like that. Or they said this, and they, whatever. And there's contracts signed. I doubt any of that. But yeah, it was just and that's kind of been the thing. I think most of the larger cities now, that's something that happens. Is the Chinese restaurants, or China, not just Chinese, Asian in general, stay open for Christmas, and now it's become not just the Jews, but anybody that's kind of family free or alone, or anything like that. I've spent many an Asian Christmas, even here in Colorado. In fact, a few years ago, went to one that you had to sign up beforehand, get your reservation for it. And they actually, instead of you just ordering anything off the menu, they had a 5-course meal. And it started with appetizers with some little egg roll and fried wontons, and then moved into whatever uh, whatever you know, was next, and moved into a dessert, which was some sort of delicious custard with an ice cream type of. Yeah, it was interesting. So I've had kind of the whole gambit of Asian Christmases. My favorite is always anything where I can go and just order some um, kung pao chicken and maybe some egg foo young, and have a real traditional Asian Christmas. There's also a place in the Twin Cities, one of the suburbs of the Twin Cities, that does a. So typically, if you go to the restaurant, they have. It's a fantastic Asian place, and they have two menus. They have. Um, for anybody from the Twin Cities, you would maybe get a little laugh out of this. It was the St. Paul menu and the Minneapolis menu, or it was the very traditional, very standard, very again, cashew chicken, all your basics, right? That was the St. Paul menu, and then you had your Minneapolis menu, and that was like squid, and it was right. It was very much a much more progressive Asian menu, and they, not a Christmas thing, but they would, for Chinese New Year, would do the same kind of thing where you get your reservations, and it's I don't know how much per person it is, but you go through and have this whole multi-plattered meal, and it's all from the Minneapolis menu, of course, but it's just delicious, just some delicious stuff. I'm drawing a blank to the name of it right off the top of my head, but if I remember it, I will let all of my Twin Cities friends know, so you can try it out. Try it out. It's a delight. Anyway, oh, to talk Christmas dinner, I have to bring this account in. Yes, Seneca, that is the correct account for talking meals. So glad you did. So Waken got here. Made a green bean casserole. Roast, different from a casserole. This Thanksgiving, instead of the whole casserole roast. Okay. Instead of the whole schmeal. All one pot, and yum. That's because it was just me, the hubby, and the fur babies now. Missing the old holidays too. Yeah. Well, that sounds good. That sounds very good. I do like a good casserole or a roast or a something. Um, that sounds really good. Oh, here's in prime rib, garlic parm, squashed potatoes, oven roasted asparagus. I love that. With cheese sauce. Interesting. I mean, delicious, but interesting. Green beans with bacon and tomatoes, berry ambrosia, creme brulee. That's Christmas dinner. Wowza. Prime rib instead of the roasted ham. I could get on board with prime rib. Isolating is a problem. Creepy. Are you somebody that it's easy to isolate? It's easy to just kind of turn down. Don't do it. Don't do it. Get with the peeps. You know, come on over. Come on over, creeps. We'll do something. But I know what you're saying. It's easy to just kind of turn things off, just kind of getting, here I am. I'm watching the TV. I'm just, the old no, I'm good. Oh, you're invited. Oh no, I'm fine. Right. That's kind of part of our thing as kind of part of this generation. You get invited, you're just, no, guys, I'm fine. It's actually what I was doing when I got invited to Thanksgiving. It was like, no. Solid here. Thanks. Oh, you want to invite? Oh my God. Yeah, no, I'd love to. Yeah, that was exactly. I agree. 8 points. You're right. 8 points says, don't be disgusted by disconnection. Sometimes it's for the best to let go of a poison relationship. Absolutely. It is. But when that's not the case, when you've just lost, I mean, in disconnect, I shouldn't use the term because I think Scientology has done enough damage to the term. I mean, disconnection, we all know disconnection, Scientology disconnection is effing rude, right? It's disgusting. I guess the disconnection in my head is more when you move away from your family and, Thanksgiving let's start with that. When you move away from your family and your celebration of the holidays with your family is a 5-minute phone call. I hope you're having a great Christmas. I miss you guys. We miss you too. We'll talk to you soon. Love you. Bye. Click. And that's all you've got, right? Or you don't have family anymore. You're from a small family. Maybe you're an only child. Mom and dad have passed away, and you're not in connection with all of your friends. There's some separation there. You're kind of isolated. You're kind of alone. And especially during the holidays when your friends and their your friends have families, they've all done their thing. You don't have that anymore, right? You don't have you don't have the ability to connect up with them, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's it gets lonely. It can get lonely. So that's all I'm saying there. So, but you're absolutely right. 8 points. Sometimes it's huge. Sometimes it's the best thing in the world to be disconnected from somebody that you've been stuck with, right? I'm not sure pull it in is really a phrase you want to be using. Did I say that, Steve? I'm sorry. Sometimes it becomes, there are people that complain, well, why do the former Scientologists, why do they keep using this old language, right? And I'm sure it is. It's the language is so ingrained, you don't see yourself say it. Well, I don't have that excuse, but I've been listening to it so long that sometimes, yeah. I didn't even realize I had said it. So thank you. I will keep conscious of that. I have more hair than Aaron or Tommy. I have more hair than Tommy. Hang on, more hair than Tommy. I have more hair than Aaron up here, but he's got a lot more down here. And I just did this thing. I was cleaning up and then I made a mistake. And so now I've got this weird, like, evil motorcycle guy thing going on here with the deeper divots. So now I've got to wait for some of this to close back up because it's like that episode of, well, I guess there are multiples now, but that episode of Star Trek where there's Spock and then there's evil mustache Spock. And now I feel like there's bearded Denver and now there's evil motorcycle bearded Denver. So, so that's all I know. That's all I know. Dawn says, we think my dad's cancer has come back. I am sorry, Dawn. And we'll hopefully find out for sure on 12/29. I hope so. I hope it's a good prognosis. I hope you find out that it's not there. That's the anniversary of the day his dad died from cancer. Oh, can't help but worry whether or not this is Dad's last. Well, I hope not. Happy, positive, good thoughts to you and to your dad and to your family. I hope it's nothing but good things. Okay, that's all I was worried about, right? I never want to look like I'm trying to hide in too much dark because that's not at all what I'm trying to do. You get the idea. I want the blue behind. Holy buckets. Have I seriously been doing this whole thing this whole time without the, hold on. Is it on? It's on over there. Okay, there we go. Without the blurry on-air lights? Jeez. Okay. 2.5 hours or whatever it's been, and I never had the light on. How did the station work without the sign on? I'm just always worried that I'm, it's too dark and that I'm just like, hey, I'm one eye speaking out. So I want to make sure because my monitor here is darker, but my pre-record or my YouTube channel, which is on delay, looks a little bit better. So as long as I look fine, then my lighting is as it needs to be. That's great to know. Denver does too, Stephen Britton. Stephen Britton hates it when people talk about themselves in the third person. I always did, but then Chad got me involved in that. So, because Chad likes to talk about Chad in the third person. So, just for giggles, whatever Purple Groovy is telling us there. Is there a... It looks like there's some, I don't know, is there wind or farts or something going on there? And not unicorn farts, though. That's fine. Pup Groomer 20! Well, glad to have you here. Look at that. Just multitasking with some advertising stuff for your shop. That sounds cool. Awesome. I look forward to seeing it. That excellent. By the way, if you haven't, Pup Groomer 20 has got an awesome channel of her own as well. She's like got the magic dog bathing touch. That's all I got to say about that. But swing by and check it out for sure. Oh, Dawn's got it. Like button reminder, y'all. And if you haven't already subscribed, you can see more. You can see more of the amazing Denver Steve-O. Yes, indeed. Got a great video channel. Got a great live channel. Or live, whatever tab within the channel. A lot of fun. We've had a lot of fun, and if you're curious and interested, you can see over the last 6 or 8 months, see me grow as a rambling I guess I was a rambling man. And Lord, I was born a rambling man. I don't really know the tune to that one all that well, but you get the idea. I see somebody say Lionel Richie. No. I'm just an Okie from Skonokie, or whatever those words are. I don't know. That any good, Awakened? That's good. Because this is just my standard southern drawl. I don't know if it's anything accurate or if I even sound like anybody from anywhere, but I want to say thank y'all. It's like a little bit of Elvis with a little bit of Boomhauser, but slowed down a little bit because that's what they do in the South. They just let's go do some fishing down at the hole. I took a Louisville slugger to both headlights, slashed my tongue, something off 4 tires. I don't remember the words right now. Well, Terry Ray, you can't put me in a 300-second timeout because I'm the guy on the camera. So nah, roll tide. Just kidding. Peace. That album just wasn't that good. The Joshua Tree was great. Oh, Joshua Tree was great. Rattle and Hum was good. What's the other? Joshua Tree, Rattle and Hum. Octung Baby didn't suck. I will agree. The peak of U2 was Joshua Tree and Rattle and Hum. Rattle and Hum, that was a great documentary too. It's always nice to see music on screen. Huh. I didn't realize that, Awakened. I did a horrible video with Tommy on the lifeboat a while back. I wasn't ready. He was graceful and helped me through it though. Yeah, he's I'm learning more and more about him by the hour here in the last couple of days. I mean the follow-ups, the check-ins, he is a graceful cat. There's no question about it, and I appreciate that. And so is Squirrel. But yeah, he's I'm seeing it. I'm definitely seeing it. He's definitely a good guy. So okay, fine, everybody. Joshua Tree was a much better album. Joshua Tree was Joshua. I didn't say Octung Baby was the best album they ever did. And I would agree. Joshua Tree was fantastic. No question about it. Oh yeah. War is a great war. Yeah. But I mean, now we're going back, right? We're deep in the 80s now. But yeah. Yeah, it was absolutely raw. It was a young band. I mean, that was right. It was a young band doing their thing. You know, hey, we are here to fight against the oppression, the whatever, the Irish oppression thing. Sorry, I don't mean to. I don't want to trivialize it. I just yeah, it's just it's just not a story I know well. But no, it was raw. It was fresh. It was great. It was an absolute wonderful album. Um, and they did some absolute great, wonderful albums that got unnoticed, and then bam, Joshua Tree blew us in the face. Rattle and Hum came out as both an album and as a essentially a movie, right, a documentary, or a videography. I don't even know what we would actually call Rattle and Hum. I guess it was a little docu-y. And then yeah, they got a little weird, but they've still had some great stuff that's popped up. That's popped up on even some of their weirdest stuff. So no question about it. Hey, at least I didn't make you live through Coldplay with me for one more week, which I will. I'll bring you. I'm bringing Coldplay back. Don't worry about it. And maybe even some Hootie and the Damn Blowfish. So watch out. Watch out. I say this with my whole heart from Awakened. If not for him and the lifeboat and the boat, I really don't think I would have made it through this year. No kidding. No kidding. Wow. I'm honestly, and like I say, I've been listening to him since Aaron kind of introduced him to everybody, or at least casually. I haven't necessarily understood his impact until very recently, and yeah, just a big hats off to him. Yeah, clearly, clearly hats off. Oh, hey, FXP, good to see you. Yeah, you missed some stuff, but if you're like Kim and just were blissfully ignorant of it, cool. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I'm all these names he's calling. Did I miss something? Did I miss a half a sentence here? I hope not. And if I did, I did, and maybe we can just stumble through it. Okay, we'll just go. All these names he's calling, I want to tag, but if they aren't still here, you have a lot of awesome people in here. You know what? And you're absolutely right, Awaken. I have an awesome group of regulars in the chat, and even the non-regulars that swing by every once in a while. It's a fantastic group. I love this group. No question about it. I think I just said 3 times there, so I apologize. 4. I have a great group. I absolutely do. And I'm also very happy with the new faces that are popping in too. You know, I always I always love the new folks or those who are joining. Yeah, it means a lot to me. Hand pink waving, hand pink waving, hand pink waving, hand pink waving, hand orange covering eyes. Anytime I see a hand pink waving, I feel it needs to be red. So thank you, creepy. So hi that, hi that, hi that, whatever it is. It's good to see you. Is that like Bob Fosse moves? Hi, hi. Sounds very, very Bob Fosse there. Yeah, yeah, Maria, exactly. Yeah, people are being abused, families disconnected, and human trafficking continues. Right. These are things that need to stop. And unfortunately, we've been distracted for, not that I'm going out and grabbing somebody and saying, you stop trafficking these people. But we're communicating, we're speaking out to it, we're forwarding, we're sharing these these videos, we're making sure, and when our big names, when the marquee players, the OGs, are spending the last couple weeks, defending themselves in one way or another, that's a distraction, right? We need the errands and the mics to be bam, bam, bam. This must stop. This must stop. And they don't need to do it together. We really need them speaking. And I think we're finally to a point where they have started speaking again, where they are kind of back communicating their message. I know Aaron was traveling, and I know I don't know, the board was kind of doing some things. I know Mike did a couple of videos, did at least one with Leah, and I think one of his own, if I'm not mistaken. So, we're getting back to quote business as usual. And that's where we need to be. It's going to hurt us. We're going to be bothered. We know absolutely they are hurt and they are bothered by what has gone on, but we just need to move forward. And if we can move forward being positive in the chats of those who, in the chats we are in, and say, rah, rah, instead of going, meh, middle finger to them, F them, we can say, I salute you. I stand by you. I support you. It's a different take on the same message. And optimism and positivity are a little bit better in the end. So we're getting near the tail end here, folks. I'm not gonna drag this out too much longer with anybody. So Debbie Baker, did I say hi to you earlier, Debbie Baker? Aaron made the most money for his platform for Scientology when he found out that Mike had cancer. Oh yeah. Aaron and his channel made over $20,000 to help Mike his treatment. Mike never said anything. Well, okay. Yeah. Again, we know I agree with you, Debbie. I hear you absolutely. I don't want to I don't want to necessarily again rehash all of the stuff, because I think we all know it. You understandable, but again, I would I would, if I was rah-rahing Aaron about that, I would just leave out the Mike never said thank you. Just keep the positive. Just keep the positive in. And again, I think that's not that I'm trying to hide the negative, not that that's it at all, but we've lived these last 2 weeks of the negative. Aaron's lived months of it. And when we kind of rehash it, we just kind of reopen the wound. And if we stay positive to our support, hey Aaron, you raised $20K for Mike. You raised the most money on your platform. You did, you're awesome, man. We're saying the same thing, but we're just keeping it positive, and it just doesn't open the wound. I'm big on, I'm that means a lot. But yeah, you're absolutely right. And thank you for sharing. Angela, my Angela. Oh, Angela, my Angela, to keep up with the captain theme of the night. Aaron doesn't seem to worry about much of anything. It makes me somewhat concerned knowing more of the kind of choices he's been making in the last few years. I get that. I understand that. I don't know. I am not a licensed anything. I am not a psycho anything. I'm just a guy who, does things. I don't know. I hope, and this is in no way a judgment. I hope that, if Aaron, as Aaron said, he hit a point in LA where it opened his eyes. And I think we all, at some point, open our eyes are opened, whether it's we hit rock bottom, whether it's something else, our eyes are open. And, if that helps him to make less destructive decisions, again, it's his personal life. I mean, I feel callous saying that, right? We all say, oh, it's his personal life. He should be okay to do what, he should do whatever he wants. It's his personal life. I agree, but I'm also a compassionate soul. And I don't want anybody to hurt themselves, even if it's their personal life. I have no business telling him what he can and can't do. I probably shouldn't even know about his personal life. He has chosen to tell us. And I feel for him, and I hope that he's okay. I hope that he is able to make non-destructive decisions. But but I get it. I'm with you, Angela. I don't want to see somebody who's making such a great difference hurt themselves, even inadvertently. So I lost my mouse, or I lost my cursor. Where are you, Mr. Cursor? Oh, snap. Where did I put it? Anybody see my cursor? Oh, there it is. There he is. Oh, now what's going on? What if I do that? Aha! Found my cursor. Seeing other names. I don't want to miss anybody. Susan P. Great to have you here. Sid. Wait. Is that telling me, Susan? Or is that telling me that your name is Susan P., but I'm supposed to call you Sid, which I'm okay with, or does Sid represent something else? I don't want to neglect. I don't want to do things. I don't want to call you Susan if you want to be called Sid. I don't want to call you Sid if you prefer to be called Susan. If Sid means that's like your, like your BFA, your Bachelor of Fine Arts. It's your SID, your studies of intellectual documentarianism. Wow, I don't know where that came from. So I want to do it right. I want to treat you right. So let me know. Let me know. And I'm so glad you are here. Who else? Who else did I miss? I missed somebody else in here. I know I did. I hope I said hi to Poet. What's Poet toking for? I never kicked myself out. Oh, because it's Poet and he likes to toke. I get it. I did that. That was a big love to Angela. Uh-oh. Somebody else, something else going on? Oh my God, Martha, absolutely right. Hey, if there were pizza, maybe this could have all been avoided. Every single bit of it, right? I agree. Yeah, no doubt at all. Sorry, I'm going up and down a little bit here because I just want to make sure I don't miss anybody. We got Miss Dragon. Great to have you here, Miss Dragon. Awesome. I did see somebody else. I think I must have missed the original intros here, and I apologize. Mandy is here. Caroline Wilson is here. Good to have you here, Caroline. Why no apology from Mike, Aaron and Claire? I think it Mike, Mark, and Claire. To Aaron, I think is what you're referring to. Super disappointing. Could have fixed so fast. They were popular. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know that I have that answer. I perhaps, I mean, hi, Miss Chief. Good to see you here. Miss Dragon, showing the channel some love. I appreciate that, Miss Dragon. Thank you. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't. I'd love to keep you here. I'm Tommy with chin hair. Is that a good analogy? I don't know. I'm trying to find an analogy to describe me better, but thank you for swinging in for sure. Carolyn, the best I can say is, who would that apology be to, right? An apology from I guess if it's an apology from them for, the keyboard cowboy comment, maybe for, I don't know, for maybe just the way that, if I say something, and please don't read this any more than just the analogy I'm making. If I say something and you read into it or you take it personally, Do I owe you an apology because you took my statement personally? Am I required to give an apology? Reason I ask is honestly just for this very purpose. Um, I mean, I know I was apologizing if a comment that I made was misconstrued a couple days ago, and it kind of turned into a thing. But that scenario aside, if Mike said something and he meant it, I'm not saying he meant. I still think Mike did not mean. Did not was not calling everybody a keyboard cowboy. That he was specifically talking to the hypothetical group of trolly people that are out there. But if he made the comment and he wasn't sorry for it, should he apologize for it? I mean, maybe after thousands upon thousands of people, were up in arms as a result of it, maybe. But the point is, if I say, I don't know, I can't even think of I can't even think of an example. It's if I say OSA smells like poo and thousands of OSA officers take offense to it, do I apologize to them? No, because I meant it. Why would I apologize? Oh, I'm sorry you were offended by that. I mean, I guess that's my take, right? That's a callous take, maybe a little bit, but that's my take on it. Is there an apology to be made? Or was the message communicated as clearly and as efficiently as? See, this is very difficult for me. I don't know that I can clearly talk for them, but it's a very good question. I mean, candidly, Caroline, they still are popular. They still have tens of thousands of subscribers, but they lost a bunch and they took a hit. They took a personality hit. So I don't know. That was, again, I'm not speaking for Mike. I'm not speaking for Mark. I'm not speaking for Claire. I'm just one possibility. Well, would I apologize if I wasn't sorry? Would I apologize if I said exactly what I wanted to say? I don't know. And please, I'm not trying to dig their grave. I'm really not. I'm just kind of thinking. Purple Groovy 69. Just to say your name makes me smile. Especially that last part. And your words are always so wise. There's plenty of love to go around. All you need is love. Bump, da-da-do. All you need is love. Bump, bum, da-da-do. All you need is love, love, love. That's absolutely fine, Steve. You don't have to go there yet. I'm just saying. I bet if we make that decision to go in positively, to turn off the negative towards whichever side we feel some negativity towards, or both sides, I bet we'll feel better. I bet we'll feel more positive. That doesn't mean you have to listen. That doesn't mean you have to watch the other side. But I'm just saying, that's how I'm going to approach it. And you'll probably see me on channels on both sides. doing just that. Because I say it and I mean it. I 100%, 110% support Aaron and his mission and his goal going forward. And I 110% support Claire and Mike and Mark and the Aftermath Foundation's mission going forward. And they will both get my money going forward. And I'm going to tell them all how awesome they are. Awaken says, if not for that incident, I don't know if I would have ever found this channel. I'm glad I did. It's a cool vibe over here. Thank you. Thank you, Awaken. We try to keep it. I'm usually later in the evening, and it's usually a little bit of a wind down. I know I'm, as somebody was very clear to me last week, or this last week, somebody in one of the comments of one of the chats, I'm a slow talker, so I'll accept that. But and that may be who I am. I'm just not somebody who can sit here and talk like this for 45 minutes. Blah, 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 blah. You know, it's not me. So I guess I'm a slow talker. That being said, I like to take the day, relax on the day, reflect on the day. I do the show every other day. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I've been starting to take a few, maybe taking a day off in the week so I can do some video editing for some long form recorded stuff. But typically 3 days a week. And it's just kind of what's going on? What's the review? Never thought I would be the review, but here I am. So, but yeah, we like to kind of hang out and chill to the day. I always try to keep it to an hour and a half to 2 hours, but once again, I have very much failed. So I'm going to wind down here real quick. Maria, am I reading it right? Is it Maria or is it Marla? I can't tell if there's a dot there or not. Oh, it's Marla. I'm sorry, Marla. I was calling you Maria. Marla. Did I just lose a light? I just lost a light. Well, what are we going to do? Apparently, my chin will not be lit for the next 10 seconds, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. I don't know. Anyway, look at how deep you are, Purple Groovy 69. Sometimes good things fall apart, so better things can come together. Hear, hear. We had what I would have. Let me read. This is Angela, so let me get this right. We had what I would have called a hostile takeover of a company I worked for once. They locked down the building, fired all the managers, and escorted them all out of the building. That is a hostile takeover. That is as hostile as can be. Wow. Yes, you did. It's crazy. Debbie Baker says it's crazy that you think Aaron should share his personal life with us. It's crazy that you think Aaron should share his personal life with us is crazy. We've seen pictures of Mark drunk laying on the street. I have unsubscribed to this channel. Steve, like you never did. I have to unsubscribe to this channel. Steve, like you never did. What? Oh, I'm sorry, Debbie. I'm not sure what I did or said there, but I think it's crazy that I think that sharing somebody's personal life is somebody's choice. Mark obviously chose to share the picture of him drunk on the street in Los Angeles, and he did that to get ahead of Scientology sharing that, because they were starting to distribute that. I think, I don't think Aaron should have been forced to share his personal life. I think he felt it was necessary because he was kind of put into that. He kind of felt he was put into that corner, and that's respectable. That's, I mean, I understand that. Should he have shared it? I mean, that's a personal thing, right? If one of us says he shouldn't have had to do that, well, that's his choice. That's his decision. Should anybody have to? No. But, I mean, it was unfortunate. I think the whole thing was again, this whole scenario was very unfortunate. And, it was probably difficult for all of them. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I have to unsubsidize to this channel, Steve, like you never did. Okay, I'm not. I'm just going to read that as simply as I can. I wish you well, Debbie, if that's if I'm reading that correctly. So. Oh, Lene, those were indeed the days, weren't they? That is right. They're just labels. Okay, the 5 stages of grief from Steve Britton. They are just labels. You move through them in whatever order. Oh, right. Yeah, I guess I thought I did like this. I don't think I didn't want to imply that you go bum, 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 bum. Maybe I did say something like that. I know that was a belief at one point. You move through them, whatever order you move through them. Spend as much time on each of them as you spend, and may go back and forth. Okay, no, you're absolutely right. You're 100% right. What else we got here? Lene, will you really? That's awesome. You'll be on the lifeboat Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Fantastic. I will swing through there at least once. So that is great to hear. That is awesome. Hey, LJ, good to welcome, LJ. Alcohol is so bad for our bodies over time. We all experiment with various things as a young person. Yeah. And I'm so glad that that I was like, enough's enough. That was just dumb. So I'm glad I realized that when I did. So, but agreed. And thank you. I appreciate that. Just don't look. Just don't look. And I've got the radio voice. I think I've got a face for radio too. So Kim says, I'd love to hear about his intro too. The song has become an earworm for me. Well, that's a little bit of a mystery that I have to keep secret. I know, and I'm sorry I missed it. I saw it, I think on my way in. I saw Steve Britton was asking about where I got the dancing alien footage. I was actually hiking in the woods of Colorado, and I saw some smoke. So I headed over to it, and I saw this dude, and I went, "You look familiar to me." And he says, "Yeah, of course, because I'm Xenu." I went, "Well, okay. Xenu, do you mind if I film you?" And he's like, "I'm a little high right now. I don't know if that's a good idea." And I went, "Perfect." Pulled out my camera and I filmed him. And we ended up having hot dogs and chilling. He was out for a bit, and then he realized he had to go back and hide back in his mountain cave because he didn't want the others to know that he had a way out. So Xenu has been locked in this mountain prison for millions of years now, and he at some point had dug or something to his way out, and he'll go around, and he'll go to the malls, and he'll hang out, he'll go fishing, and his favorite movie is Caddyshack, and so he'll go out, and he's got a VCR now, so he'll I think for a while he was renting copies of Caddyshack, and I think he just he forgot to return one to Blockbuster, and as it happens, he doesn't have to return it no more. So he so he loves watching Caddyshack, and I promised him for Christmas I'd get him a little Blu-ray player that he could plug in to his TV VCR combo that he owns from 2001, and then he can experiment with some other movies too. I think he'd really like probably Mars Attacks would be a good one to show him. Probably not War of the Worlds, but maybe something like Star Wars. That would be cool for him. E.T. would be interesting. I think I'll bring him my DVD copy of E.T. Let him watch that. So that's really where the whole thing came from. So I appreciate you guys asking. The music, that was just kind of what just comes out, right? Oh wait, that's the wrong music. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a his inspiration there. So I'm glad it's kind of in there. Inqua, do you sing? Ooh. I try. What the world needs now. I know I sing off key, probably a little intentionally. I've sang, I've karaoke'd, I've done a lot of. I guess those are the only things, right? You sing or you sing. I guess that's one thing. You sing or you don't sing. I've sung before. But in no way. My voice is much more for spoken word than it is for radio, or than it is for actual singing. But thank you. Steve's talking about food here. I don't know what all that's about. I'm a vegetarian by proxy. I only eat vegetarian animals. But would you eat meat-eating animals? Meaning, if you were served bear or wild boar, or I don't know, that's all I know. Man-eating cow, right? Would you eat those? It's my Christmas. They might be wrong, but it's one of the things that's I've just loved them since I was a kid. So it's I don't know, hard to get those out of the thing. whatever that is. Hey there, William Simmons. Good to see you. Been a vegetarian for 35 years, vegan the last year. My wife Martha has been lacto no ova veg for 52 years. She's an incredible cook for 52 years. Wow. Wowza. Lacto, some milk, no ova, no egg. Milk, no egg veg. Okay. For 52 years, wow. It's one of those where you kind of neglect or you take it for granted. You're like, I didn't realize that was even a thing for 52 years. Of course it was. Why would I? So, yeah. I hear you. LJ, where in northern Minnesota? We have sunset at about 3:30 p.m. or on December 21st. Then the days get longer. Yeah, no, I know it gets short as a Dickens up there. Where you from DeRange? Where are you from? Yeah, I'm originally from the Twin Cities. But yeah, know that area very well. I know it's a big area. I know a lot of northern Minnesota. So from not just the fact that they exist, but actually having spent time there. So let me know where you're from. Hey Debbie, you are always welcome here. I know it's a different. Every channel's a little bit different. You are more than welcome here. Like I say, I'm at a point where I'm just trying to move this channel a little bit away from that discussion because it's been a discussion that's I think really fractured a lot of relationships. I mean, this is one of those things where you could have had a chat buddy, right? Somebody that's been your friend in chats for a long time. And if you took the left-hand side and they took the right-hand side, you're not talking to each other anymore. And I mean, it takes something to do that. It takes a lot more than, it takes a lot. It takes a lot to do that. And so I know that's hard, and I don't want I want to help soften that. And I know I can't just say, here, give me your hands, or is it give me your hands? Let's hold hands and stop the argument. I can't do that. But I can offer suggestions that I know work for me. And one of the things that I know works for me is, you know what, if I just chop the negative part of the sentence off and I just keep it positive to, hey, person A, I am 100% in support of you. That also in my head goes, ha, 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 ha. I'm not in support of you, other people or other person, right? But I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I am with you. And I do that enough. And it softens it. Or if I'm that person that's wants to support them both, I give you a kudos and I give you a kudos. And those other people that are watching that see me do that and see somebody else do that, they're going to either get that we're being positive here, or something is going to eventually click. And it's just like the hate that we all experienced, or the anger, not the hate, the anger that we all experienced. We're all going to experience something that's a little bit lighter and a little bit softer. And I'll be honest with you, for as angry as you may be today, and as angry as I may be today, and as angry as Steve may be today, the other Steve, not me, a week or two down the line, not even going to be thinking about it, or thinking about it very little. And now we could wait until Christmas and then start the Goodwill, but that's 3 more weeks of just that we don't need. So here's my thing. Do I have a doggy behind me? I do not. I thought I heard one a few minutes ago. So anyway, that's my story. That's if you feel it, you feel it. If you don't feel it, I'm going to keep reminding you of it. David Fong or Howard Wong's? Is that no? I was going to say, was that a line from Reservoir Dogs? But no, because there's that argument at the beginning, the Sammy Watt, and I forget who the names are, but David Fong or Howard Wong's. What did I miss there? Did I miss something? That doesn't. We're all good. We're all good. Debbie says, William, how do you highlight my name? What? William? Yeah, William. How do you highlight her name? So a question that I'm not going to highlight, but it was a great question, William. It was a great question there about Asian kitchens. It has influenced many of our comfort levels with self-isolating. Just saying, yeah, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. A lot, right? There's been a lot of influence there. I mean, you used to be lonely. Now you're being safe. You're used to, I mean, yeah. It's interesting. I mean, it's not surprising, but it's interesting how much the thing, the COVID thing, has really influenced so much of society. Now, granted, I know we're only a couple years out of it, but yeah, it's kicked us. It's kicked us for sure. Debbie, have a great evening. Thank you. Come on back. We'll be back on Tuesday. I'll actually be giving away a little stuffed thingy. A little stuffed thingy. That's it. And yeah. Right, and everything that's come since Mirror Mirror, the whole Mirror universe, which was like the entire or half of the first season of Star Trek Discovery, and it was so many episodes of Deep Space Nine. I'm actually glad Deep Space Nine kind of brought that universe back initially. But yeah, the whole Mirror universe became a thing, and that's kind of cool. What else we got here? I think I'm pretty much to the end, I think, of where I am. Oh, hey there. Oh my goodness, Mark. Sorry if it took me so long to get to you. Yes, I think we all are trying to move on while Aaron and the Aftermath get things sorted out. Yeah, I mean, I feel for you guys that are friends. I mean, you're not just YouTube colleagues. You are friends. You have been friends and still are. But now you're friends with here and you're friends with here, because two of your close friends, or multiples, but two groups of friends have broken up. I feel for you guys. Yeah. Yeah, we're trying to move on here too. I don't want to, I think every time we continue to dwell on it on a channel, we kind of dragging things out, and I don't think it deserves to be dragged out. Not between us, not with us. I think if Aaron and the Aftermath group, if they drag it out, if that's, if it's ego, personality, whatever, and they need to, I get it. But for us, I think we probably need to step back and let the kind of let the group let the group do their thing. Let the active parties do theirs. And yeah, I know you guys are in an awkward situation too. Mark, again, sending peace and love to Steve-O and everyone. Thank you. And right back at you, bud. Right back at you. Loved your parenting conversation today, and I felt for you as well. But absolutely loved that part of loved that program, that that stream today. So you guys were great. Thanks, Steve. 3 hour mark. I know. I see the bottom though. I absolutely see the bottom. So I don't think William. I don't think Xenu did initially. I don't think when he started everything. But yeah, he's definitely he's hanging out in Aspen. He's at the X Games. He's he's I mean, he and Shaun White were like at the hip for years. And yeah, he'll go surf in LA if if the I don't know. I say if the tide's right, but I think he can actually move the moon to create a better wave thing. So I think I'm not 100% sure. Mark, thank you. So with this hand thing, right? I can't do my three fingers anymore. I can't get the three fingers out. That's before I go to another troop meeting. I guess that's almost close. 3 fingers, but yeah, I got to get that taken care of so I can go back out to Philmont or something. But right back at you, Mark. Thank you. Right back at you. I would love to have a scouting conversation with you once, even offline. That would be fun. Yes, I have eaten carnivorous animals. I have eaten alligator. Well, there you go. Okay. Is it true what they say? Does it taste like chicken? My God, I was asking you if alligator did, and I clicked up this one. I've also eaten frog legs, and I shit you not, they taste like chicken. That's what I've heard. I've not had frog legs, but I really need them. I need them. I need some frog legs now. Damn it! I'm gonna try some frog legs, but that is funny. I'm going to skip that one, Steve. But yes, it is. William says you cannot move on if conflict is not resolved. Pretending and making nice is not healthy if it's not real. No, but the majority of it, but I guess my take on it is the majority of this is it's not our conflict. I mean, I know we're conflicted, Some of us are, and I know we feel that there's an apology that that we may be owed based on some things that were said, but the Aaron, Mike, Mark, Claire thing is we're only in it because we're viewers. And I think for us, I think we're just perpetuating something and making it more difficult for them to do what they need to do. As an overall, I'm not general. I don't want to generalize. I don't want to say, well, William, you're doing this. No. But I think as a large group, I think that's what is created is a bit of a towards them. So I agree. I'm not. I just think it's not our conflict. So I think if we can start to pull away from it, then we're going to let them do what is next for them. That's all I'm saying. But if we're still in conflict, we're helping perpetuate their conflict, which at the end of the day, they need to work through, not us. I can do the Cub Scout. These two fingers work fine. I just can't get my third one up there. And that's, like I told you guys, I used to be able to very easily do the Spock thing. I can't do that anymore. Some sort of tightened nerve thing that needs to be released. I don't know. Alligator does excellent. Good. Yeah, Mark, you're absolutely right. This is exactly how I feel too. It's like being friends with a married couple and they get divorced. You like them both and should not have to pick sides. It's their personal business. It's so true. But then your wife is still friends with the divorced wife, and you go play racquetball with the ex-husband, and then you get home and your wife's yelling at you because you're supposed to be friends with her. Well, again, I'm friends with both, right? Damned if I do, damned if I don't. It's a lose-lose. So, yeah. But so true, Mark. So absolutely true. Hey, anyway, we made it through. Well, whatever. We made it through. I wasn't necessarily planning on hitting all the chats, and I think I hit a good range of them tonight. Absolutely, Mark. But I don't know why I did that. I got you. We'll get through it. We'll as a collective, we'll all get through it. We'll live. At the end of the day, we'll all live. And it's going to be a different dynamic, and it's going to take us time to get accommodated to that new dynamic. And it is what it is. But I feel for all of them. I absolutely do. I can just imagine the pain. We saw it on Thursday, Black Thursday, right, Angela? We saw the pain that Aaron had definitely been in. And while they didn't necessarily communicate it, as I think they were communicating as a board and not as individuals, as individuals, you best be sure that Claire and Mark and Mike, have been feeling things too. Despite the impression, and I'm not saying Aaron gave a false impression. Aaron gave his impression. but we just haven't. We don't know what Mark and Mike and Claire's are, so we speculate. But they're human beings. I'll tell you, I from the little I know of them, they hurt too. So, ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful night. I appreciate all of you being here. Steve, I will absolutely dream of frogs on logs eating delicious bugs. That sounds heavenly. That sounds heavenly. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for anybody who is new to the channel. I appreciate you being here tonight. Please like, subscribe. Please come back. Please come back. No, I'm kidding. But I love having you here. I love having some new dialogue, some added thoughts and insight into the group, or into the not into the group, into the discussions as well. We will be back on Tuesday at 9:30 Eastern time, right here on channel 32. I don't know why I said that. On the Denver Stevo channel here on YouTube. It would be channel 39 if it was anything. Yeah, not 69. That's Purple Groovy's thing. 39. Why 39? Because 39 is a funny number. That's all I have to say about that. Thanks, Jack Benny, for that one. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, enjoy Xenu getting high in the woods of Colorado, and we'll see you in a couple days. May swing back tomorrow. Monday night at 11 o'clock Eastern is Sleeping with Stevo. How dare I forget? And then, yes, Tuesday we will be giving away a little baby Davy. I promise you that. So on 3, let's see. I have to do my 3s like this now because I can't do that. I can open them all, but I can't do that. Anyway, I'm done whining. 3, 2. I almost stuck up my middle finger. 1.